Hey guys, and welcome back to the Aether Hub, YouTube's #1 place for the story of Magic the Gathering. While I would typically dive into a deep lore discussion, today's video is going to be a little different because we'll be talking the end of MTG as we know it. We're talking a cataclysmic event that should turn this game in on itself once and for all, devouring from within, leaving nothing but the empty void from whence fun once was. This is it, guys. The memes have finally taken over Magic the Gathering, and the end is nigh. So what's all this doom and gloom related to? Is it really the destruction of Ravnica and the War of the Spark, or is it the rise of Bolas as the God Dragon and ruler of the multiverse? Nope, a meme has made it to the mainstream and got itself a card. The community is loving it, of course, but little do they know, the Pandora's box that's been opened, Fblthp, has officially been printed. Now, why is this a big deal? Why does it spell the end of MTG as we know it? Well, let's understand the history and story behind this character so we can better understand its impact. So up until now, Fblthp, which I'm pretty sure is the correct pronunciation, was nothing more than an art asset appearing in other cards. Its first big break was, of course, on Totally Lost. This, of course, started the meme of Fblthp. Where was he? What was he lost? Who can find him, etc, etc, you know the memes. At that point, no one really knew of the character, but we did know that it was a homunculi, which has been a creature type, but we really haven't seen much of it in the past. What is a homunculi? Well, basically put, it's an artificial human, something made to be like a humanoid, but was born in a lab from research and study rather than naturally. So, on Ravnica, the homunculi are cooked up by the Izzet League and are made to perform menial tasks. You know, fetch beakers, pull levers, move corpses, you know, the usual tasks. Those on Ravnica foster a pretty human-like intelligence, although appear more dull than your typical dock worker. This, and they don't really communicate verbally, though this is a result of them being made specifically without the ability to talk. You know, no voice boxes. It's just easier to deal with assistants when they can't really talk back. Though, they do communicate via sign language and written notes. Fblthp, as he was known, was a particularly cowardly homunculi cast out to the largest city of Ravnica. As a lost being, it stumbled into the service of the Azorius Senate, the lawmakers of Ravnica. It was brought in to take care of the plants, clean up messes, you know, that kind of stuff, and pretty much left alone to its own duties. Exactly how Fblthp liked it, you know, alone and safe. Yet its life would get a little more exciting when a magister and arrester named Parisha needed bait to capture a sick Rakdos criminal and torturer. Fblthp fit the bill perfectly. Although it basically just stood there and waited for the suspect to take it, the adventure would leave its mark on Fblthp. The criminal was captured and brought to justice, and Fblthp was justly rewarded by the Azorius. That reward was, well, unique. Rather than wealth or status, Fblthp was granted access to the Senate floor to one day petition for the right to register Fblthp's exploits in a tablet of authorized information. Basically, the Azorius would credit him for the arrest. This would be the highest honor for the little terrified homunculi, one he looks forward to accepting upon his death. Funny how things work out. Despite this forced lore, Fblthp has been a reoccurring character in loads of art relating to Ravnica, Statute of Denial, March of the Multitudes, and Captivated Audience all show this little fan favorite in different light as it loses itself time and time again on Ravnica, and while fans have finally found him as a new legendary creature in War of the Spark. This is Fblthp the Lost. As you can see, despite the raging multiversal war going on around this homunculi, Fblthp only carried with him his standard amount of cowardice. Remember, it has a great story to tell now. I doubt he'll be taking sides, as that would put him in too much danger. But I don't think he'll very much like the invading, killing zombies much either. It's all Ravnica, baby. Just don't expect it to do much in its defense. So, as a card, why does this spell the end of MTG? Circling back to my unjustifiably ominous opening. Well, Fblthp was a meme. Nothing that became something out of the sheer will of the community. If this became a real card, who knows what other memes will get their chance in printing, right? Literally, the skies are the limit, and this is a slippery slope, which will mean that we'll get sets that start looking like unsets. Fruitcake freaking tribals and stuff like that. Ugh! It's an ungodly end to MTG. So that's gonna do it for today's video discussion, guys. And no, I don't really think memes or Fblthp's card is really the end of MTG as we know it. In fact, I kind of find its include to be something wonderful and showing how the power of the community can be a good thing for the game. It is odd seeing this character finally break through during the War of the Spark, sure, but I enjoy the reaching out of the developers and the expanding on community thoughts like this, really keeping the fans and wizards alike. Anyway, let's end this video with your own thoughts on Fblthp, the Lost, in the comment section below. Are you a fan of the meme card making it in? Are you a fan of the card in general? Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. And of course, share it on Reddit. Reddit loves its memes, so make sure this video gets to the top. You can also support the channel by joining the Vorthos army on Patreon. Patrons get exclusive signed bundles, themed mythics, and rares each month. This month is actually going to be like an eternal theme for the start of the war, so hurry up and check that out before we run out. We only have a limited supply. You can find that link in the description below. As always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Don't get lost, and I'll see you next time here on the Aether Hub. See ya!